We're on our way to death row. Middle of nowhere. It does feel quite remote. I think this is it. This is the place we're heading to. Big watchtowers. Concrete jungle. Pretty imposing. Massive fencing, barbed wire. And interestingly, the fellow we're going to interview has escaped from prison before. I've interviewed all sorts of people in many walks of life, but I've never spoken to someone convicted of double murder. Add to that a man who's awaiting his execution on death row. So this is an entirely new experience for me. Hello, Charles. Nice to see you. I'm Dan.
Hi, Dan. It's nice to meet you. Never heard so much about you.
I am proud to have capital punishment in Texas. If you take innocent life, we will take yours. That is symmetrical, it is biblical, it is just. We believe criminals who kill police officers should get the death penalty.
If you don't give the death penalty to this man, he will kill and hurt again.
I'm fixing to tell the executioner to put this guy to death. It's a hell of a thing to watch a man die.
They're going to put on the monument, "Thou shalt not kill," as they continue to kill.
I believe in the death penalty. I support the death penalty.
I was forced to confess to a crime that I did not commit. They wanted me to die in there.
The ripping and the gnashing at your soul that takes place. It's an impossible situation. I feel for the families. Worst day of my life. I regret it. I wish I could take it back.
When you see something like that, that really hits you. That's going to stick with me for a while.
It is our steadfastness about the death penalty that leads us to want it to succeed.
The topic of the death penalty is about as morally complex as it gets. It seems to inflame people on both sides of the debate. It's a subject I've been thinking about a lot recently. I passionately believe in forgiveness and redemption, and I think that people can change. For me, it's the finality of it all that I can't quite get my head around. And whether we have that right to choose to end the life of somebody else because of something they've done, however grim. In the UK, recent events have made many question whether capital punishment should be brought back. Last summer, the murder of 3 young girls in Southport appalled the nation. In January, their killer, Axel Rudakabana, was jailed for a minimum of 52 years. In the aftermath of his sentencing, one poll suggested the majority of the public think the UK should reinstate the death penalty. Where better to discover how it all works than Texas, the execution capital of America. Nothing says Texas like a house the shape of a cowboy hat and one next to it the shape of a cowboy boot. If we were ever to bring back such punishment in the UK, I want to understand how a life for a life really plays out here. A place where it's part of the everyday.
It is a beautiful day in Huntsville. Let's go and have a look around.
With its quaint antique shops and small town charm, it's hard to believe that Huntsville is also home to the country's busiest death chamber.
Back in the day, literally when it was an electric chair, the lights would dim a little in parts of the town. I just think nobody understands until you've been on either side of it.
I soon find out that the criminal justice system looms over Huntsville, even in unexpected places.
The old county jail. It's the old bakery.
It's in here I bump into someone who's worked on death row.
You're a resident of Huntsville. Can we dive straight in and talk about the death penalty? Are you a supporter?
Yes. Yeah, because I spent 6.5, 7 years working there.
In the jail?
Yeah, on death row.
Okay.
Here in Texas, yes. So I know what it's like. You don't even really think much about it after so long. It's just part of life. It's just like going to the store. It's just part of life here.
Here in Texas, executions take place at the maximum security Huntsville unit. Opened in 1849, it is the oldest prison in Texas. It's here over the years that protesters have gathered, as almost 600 people have been brought to be killed by the state. Huntsville might be where the execution chamber is, but death row, where they are imprisoned, is a 40-mile drive away in Livingston. I'm on my way there to meet one of the 176 people on death row in Texas.
In April 1998, Charles Thompson kicked in the door to the apartment of his ex-girlfriend, Denise Aislip. He shot her and her new boyfriend, Darren Kane.
Charles Thompson has been on death row for 26 years for double murder. The drive gives me plenty of time to think about who I'm about to meet.
He is a threat not only to himself, but to anybody around him. He can make people believe he's the most innocent thing in the whole world.
There are all sorts of rules and regulations when it comes to visiting death row, and one of them is about clothing. Where we're going, you can't wear anything white on your body because the prisoners wear white, and well, if it all kicks off, you don't want to be wearing the same colour as the people who are meant to be behind bars. Pretty imposing, not particularly friendly. Massive fencing, barbed wire. Let's go in.
It's at this point we've been told to turn our cameras off. We can't show the security procedures for entering the prison. Once through, I'm left waiting to meet a killer.
Here he is. I'll pick the phone up and say hello. So he got his handcuffs off. Hello, Charles. Nice to see you. I'm Dan.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Have you?
Yeah, your reputation precedes you, sir.
Okay.
Is that a good reputation?
Is that a good thing, Charles, or a
Yeah,
bad thing?
it's a good thing.
Okay.
I even heard about Dancing with the Stars from my mates in England.
Oh, right. Okay.
That had to be a good experience.
I didn't expect to turn up and for you to know all about me, Charles.
Oh, I always do my homework. I told my pen pals in England about it. They're like, oh, Daniel Walker, we know Daniel Walker. They were excited.
Okay.
It's a bit disconcerting that Charles knows so much about me. I'm not sure what else to expect.
You're the first death row inmate I've spoken to. How's it work for you day to day? What do you do?
We are held in solitary confinement, as you probably know. So my day starts usually around 6, 7 in the morning. We just got TVs back a year ago. For 24 years, I didn't have any TVs to look at. Been reading books for 24 years like a bookworm. I'm very well read now.
So how often do you get to be outside your cell?
2 to 4 hours a week. 2 hours a day room on Saturday and 2 hours outside on Tuesday.
And the rest of the time you're in your cell?
I'm sure people have pets that get out of their cage more than that.
It's all very friendly so far, but I need to ask about his crime. I'm not sure how he will react.
Can I ask you a difficult question? What do you think of those who will watch you and say, I've got no sympathy with you complaining about what you're going through?
One moment you're queuing up for stamps, and the next, seriously, you're a millionaire.